What's up, guys? This is the third time I am recording the second episode of the Unscripted Devlogs. And let me show some stuff I already did. I actually made the sprite of the bush enemy, as you can see in here, and also the sprite for the projectile. And yeah, I really like it. It's cool. So I want to begin this devlog by saying if there's any music in the background, it's just my cousin listening to music. And please, YouTube, your and please, anyone who owns that music, please don't be greedy to to demonetize this video if I ended up getting monetized someday. Because please, she's just listening to music. I'm making my game, okay? I'm just here to make my game, okay? I'm just here to make my my game, okay? Don't ask me why I like to set this zoom thing on the editor. But okay, never mind. Let's just add the enemy in here so you can actually see how the enemy turned out. The bush enemy. I'll set it here. Let's go. Oh yeah, I need to set the direction because the direction here is 0. The default direction is 0 and 10 means no direction. So yeah, let me. Okay, why didn't? Okay. Okay. Can see the enemy looks like a slime with a mask, and he shoots this weird projectile that looks like a banana for some reason, right? And you can see it turned out great. When the enemy shoots, it does a little tilting based on the direction he's facing. And how I made this tilting is actually the same way I did the squash and stretch from the player, because I have this one node in here I call the squash and stretch, which I took inspiration from a YouTuber, which I forgot the name. I am not subscribed to them anymore. But he basically owns made this node, and I'm just checking it here if I am recording okay. So he basically made a node to handle all the squash and stretching, and what it does, you call one of those functions that the set scale x, which sets the. Oh wait, no, I actually use the set squash and stretch. This one, I think you'll use it. But the set squash and stretch, you can see it will set the scales, do some stuff in here. So all the set skill stretch. Forgive me if I'm yawning a lot on the video, because I just yawned a lot for some reason. So the set skill stretch, it will set the skill property of the node 2D. And like, what's the skill? The skill, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's basically like this. Yeah. So basically we're setting it. Alright. Don't know what I'm doing this on the editor, but okay. And basically here in the process function, which as I explained it in the last video, is basically 1 over the current FPS of the game, delta being the 1 over 60 FPS. So, and this function runs every 1 divided by the FPS seconds. I hope that makes sense. And it will basically reset the make some stuff to reset it smoothly, the scale, the skill, smoothly. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah. Let's see what else I can do in here. Because since this enemy is finished, I basically can move to the next enemy, which I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly how I want this next enemy to be, so I'll just grab here my drawing book, the one I have those sketches, which is This one I just grabbed it. You can't see anything because I'm not with a webcam. So yeah, let me open here and let me see if there's any plan on here for some reason on the sketches I made. Okay, let's see. Hides from attacks, can't be killed. Okay, so he hides from the attacks and cannot be killed. So let me tell something about this game. We have the dog enemy. You actually have the dog boss. You can see the fire dog, which is not. It does not look like a dog, but in the game lore, it is a dog made of fire. And we actually have a dog enemy on the fourth level of the game, the city dog, which is like a miniature version, as you can see in here. And and I want to make so there's this cat species on the game where it's water. It's like made of water. The game in this game universe every entity is based on like the elements, the four basic elements. So I want to make a water species of cat. So that's what I'm going to do. For that, I'll open AC Pride real quick. To be honest, I don't know why I paused the recording and okay. But okay, here I just opened AC Pride and let's create a new sprite. Let's set to 16 by 16 and set here the pure 36 color palette. Actually, let me save this. I can't believe I actually saved the AC Pride of the bush projectile on the game's files. Oh my god, wait. Let me just remove this from here. Enemies. Here. Now descend. Done. Okay, now let's call this the cat enemy. Because it's like a cat species. And just like the dog, the fire dog, it will not look like a cat, but it will be a cat. And as I wrote in here, this enemy will not be able to be killed. And simply that's because it's a cat. Nobody wants to kill cats, right? But I don't want to kill dogs too, so I. What? Bro. What's the logic behind it? Like, because dogs are also cute. I really like dogs. Maybe I can disable the ability to kill the city dogs. And like the first boss of the game, the fire dog, you actually are not killing it. You're just like making it run away from you. So okay, let me do something real quick, Ringo. Though I don't care how broken will this be if this will affect the level, but you should not be able to kill dogs. So just let's remove hurt box. Wait, let's just disable the collision of the hurt box. So yeah, it doesn't break anything. At least. Let me see if it works. For that, I'm just going to add here the city dog and test it from here. Bro, to be honest, I really do some weird stuff, philosophical stuff in my game, some weird culture stuff in the game. Now let's see if it's unkillable. Yay! It is. You cannot kill the dog anymore. Maybe you can even jump on him. Like, okay, I also may need to disable the the bounce box so because yeah, hurt box disable, hit box the enemy can still hit you. So yeah, great. Now Fire C cannot kill the city dog, and that's amazing. I love it, man. So let's now make the water cat. 9 minutes recorded. So let's go. So yeah, I probably want to take some inspiration from the dog sprite. So actually go here and open the dog. Sprite, the Sprite project, which is here in the Cracker City. And I like to explain something. Why is the fourth level of the game called Cracker City? The reason for it is that there's this sad place in Brazil, in the city of São Paulo, called Cracolândia, and it's a really sad place. I don't know exactly what it is, but all I heard about is that it's a place all like people living there are all like people really dependent on drugs, and that's really sad. That's really weird to think about. So I decided to make Cracker City. That's weird, to be honest. I don't have a good reason for that. I can't think of a really plausible reason for that. To just because yeah, I took inspiration from this, but I also took inspiration from that Gorillaz album called Cracker Island. And then later, my friend told me what cracker means, which is like when a really white, it's a like white person, and that's not cool, to be honest. But I honestly thought like cracker was like just a cookie kind of thing, those like salty cookies, I guess. Well, I guess Cracker City lost its meaning. Maybe I should not be calling it Cracker City. Maybe call it, I don't know, Crazy City. No, Home City, because it's where Pharoah came from too. I'm unsure, man. It's a Pharoah, the character Pharoah, has a really sad lore too, because Pharoah actually like lived with his parents, but then a robber came to their house and killed both parents. Pharoah was able to run away, and actually, when the police alerted Pharoah that his parents died, Pharoah ran away, went to the forest, ran to the woods. He tried surviving in there, was able to gather some food, and then after some days or some time, I'm unsure right now if it's past some days or just some time or just like a night. Plantilia, which is his cousin, not his cousin, but she's she just appears and adopts Pharoah. And since Plantilia and Sam Chan, I don't know how to pronounce my own character's name, since they're cousins, they ended up calling Pharoah cousin too. But yeah, Pharoah is not biological to Plantilia and Shan. He's like basically adopted and a friend of them, and that's cool, I guess. Okay, okay. So I basically planning to change the Cracker City name because it has no meaning, no good meaning. So I'm removing it. I admit I was really immature to name it like this because it feels weird. So yeah. Okay, so I need to grab both layers in order for this reference. So let's see. No, I just grabbed one. Okay, okay, okay. Let's call this the pulse. Let's call this the head, the body, whatever. Oh, and if you keep hearing the sound of me hitting the microphone, it's just because I move my hand a lot while explaining this stuff. So I actually may hit it randomly, accidentally. So I'm so sorry if this annoys you. I'm so sorry. There's pretty much little I can do, I guess. Moving hands is like really good communication tips, really good communication stuff. And although I'm not using a webcam so you can see my hand movements, it's like something I actually just now do naturally. So, oh wait, wrong layer. Okay, okay, let's just do this. Actually, just remove the color, I guess, the way. Okay, let me remove this. I can later check what. Okay, no, I will not remove the face, to be honest. This looks like the perfect position for it. Okay, so my grandma and my godmother were in the market and they just returned at home. So wait, let me just put the drawing book in here. Let's keep working. Okay. So yeah, the mouth I actually have to redo make a better mouth. Because this does not look like a cat at all. Just want to make like maybe. Wait a second, guys. So guys, before I post the video, my grandma just like swear it because one of our cats just pissed it outside of the sand box. And it's so funny, and please YouTube, please don't punish me, please. I just tried to make a video, it's not my fault, anything in the background, I just, it's not my fault, please. 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 Okay, let's go. Uh, okay, let's go. So, yep. Yep. And okay, now how can I make this better? Let me see. So if I actually open again the city dog. Okay. Okay. I actually repeat the some inspired song. Oh wait. Oh yeah, wait. I am here in the right layer right now. Okay, so I actually painted the paws in the. Never mind. I'm just gonna mix those. I don't like layers on pixel art. So I really don't like. If I like making a digital drawing, I use layers to separate stuff. But when making pixel art, which is basically all squares, I don't like using layers. Maybe if I'm making something big, then that's useful. But in like those 16 by 16, 32 by 32, I do not like using layers. So let's merge down here. Okay, the shading doesn't make any sense. I acknowledge this, but it looks good. I like this. I like this, man. I really like. I really like, man. If one day this game gets popular and someone makes a modification making better sprites, I'll actually just download the mod and make it official. Because yes, I can. I'm the owner of the game. At least I think I can do this. Okay, this looks like a beard now. I don't like this. I'm just make it more inconsistent. That looks ugly now. But okay. Actually, if this looks cool. So wait. Oh, wait. Let me just do it again. Some weather stuff in here. Okay, this looks cool. I guess. Looks like really simple sprite, it does the trick. But before making the sprite, I actually need to make the prototype of the enemy, the placeholder, otherwise. So yeah, I will not bother animating this right now. I'll just make code the enemy, which let me showcase how to make now the enemies. First of all, let's add a character body to D since I removed the classes. And let's call hazards, scenes, level 5, and let's call this the cat. Actually no, before let's just do this. Boom, cat. Okay, done. Oh, later I will rename the scenes to match this lowercase underscore style, whatever it's called. So now we'll actually add a node to D and I'll call those sprites because there's two I actually add. There's the regular sprite to D, which I call the placeholder, black holder. Wait, how, I actually moving it? I can move with the arrows? Let me see. Oh my god, I didn't know. That's weird. That's cool, I guess. Actually, I later add the animated sprite, so I actually just leave this here. Let's scale all both by 4, because 4, and actually just add the 16 by 16 placeholder texture to D, and actually let's name this number sprite base sprites. Okay, so now I actually add the collision, which I'll basically set a circle. I'm pretty sure it will be a circle. Oh my god. So okay, let's call this base collision because I can do this. Okay, now we need to add the the handlers, which I basically divide this into the stats handlers, the physics handlers, the juicing handlers, and the performance handler. Which I don't know why I do this. I basically only have one performance handler. But the stats handlers, I use this called this made node called the health handler, which has the health and if you relate it to health. And here we set the entity to the cat enemy. Now we're going to add the default. Wait, though the enemy. Wait, this enemy cannot be killed, so why bother adding health? There's no other stuff for me to add here, so just remove the stats handler. The physics handler, what do I add? First of all, let's add the most basic ones. Well, the hurt box, no, the enemy cannot be killed, so let's just add a hitbox. What a hitbox does is that this is where the player will be hit from the enemy. So add this. Let's add the collision shape to D. Set it to a smaller collision. Done. And actually, I like renaming stuff. Collision. So now, if the enemy has physics, I don't think this enemy will move. Maybe it will. Like, I don't want to make it an enemy that's just still. Okay, I'll make it just still, I guess. I'll make a static enemy. That would be weird, I guess. Oh yeah, and I almost forget something. Since I now remove the classes, I actually have to go to the collision and actually set this to enemies, right? And basically that sets this the mask to land. And that's only land. I think I actually overthinking about this idea of the enemy can of this enemy not being able to be killed. So I need to make something at least to make this enemy more dangerous, but I don't want to make it dangerous. Maybe here's what I can do. I have a weird idea. I don't know how often players would try to shoot. Maybe okay. I'm sorry for the long pause. I'm just listening to what my godmother and grandma are saying. By the way, so what if I need so if the player tries to shoot the enemy just teleports to the player like an attack. Like the cats are really fast, you know. If you blink, the cats are if okay okay. I'm explaining it real fast. Cats are really fast. If they are in their room, in their bedroom, and you blink, they're just now right in front of you. They're really fast and really discreet too. They're really like ninja based. So I'm gonna make so there's this detector that will detect the shooting projectiles from the player. If it detects the enemy, it will teleport to the player, and so the player cannot shoot his enemy otherwise. You know, it teleports to the player and damages the player, but the player cannot damage the enemy at all. So let's do this. I think I can add this to the physics under, so I'll go add an array to the and call it the projectile detector. Collision shape to the, and I'll actually just make this the same because I can go this collision. No, 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 no. Okay, now I want to actually check something. I go to the blob projectile, and it's in the fourth layer. It can collide with enemies and bosses, but actually, okay, let's see. And actually, so let's just make this collide with the fourth layer. Basically, now I will not add a script to it, a separate script. I'll actually just script here the cat enemy. And for this, just change it to scripts. Okay. No, I don't want the default. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so first I'm going to make this variable called player, and it will reference a player. How it works? I'll it will I will set like this. The getter will be return global dot player. Oh, okay, let just return global dot player. I actually do like if global dot equals 0, if so just returns like a a new player for no reason, which is like really dumb. Like I don't know how I can. Uh, oh no, I just turned around music really loud. Oh my god, man. Please, YouTube, do not copyright this video. I'm just making my game. I am here to make my game. Okay, the volume just. Okay. If return the globe, if not. Okay, let me just open here like a second. Okay, guys, sorry for pause the video. I'll have to go and I'll do some family stuff. I'll go buy some stuff for the cats, some food for the cats, new sand for the cats. So I need to go now, and I'm a bit stressed because my family is really bad at this to me. Okay, so I'll pause here for now, and I'll record the next episode in a few days or hours. I don't know. I'll be publishing this video as soon as possible. If you have any questions for me to answer in the next video, please be sure to ask them in the comments and I'll answer them.